But yeah, so yeah, thank you for agreeing to meet with me. I really appreciate you taking your time. Um, what can I address you by? Dr. Lu?
Yeah, I'm the PhD candidate of the
Okay.
Northwestern University. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
do you prefer doctor? Do you
Oh,
want
that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, you
Okay,
can call me Robin directly.
Robin.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Mm.
Robin, I appreciate your time. Our club was really interested in some of the work you were doing, and we just want to just ask some questions to learn more about you. Just to get started, I was wondering if you could just tell me a little bit about yourself and like your journey in computer science and AI so far.
Okay, yeah. So I'm the Northwestern CS PhD, about the 30 years, incoming 30 years PhDs. And my research is interesting is mainly focused on the foundation models. For the foundation models, reliabilities, transfers, and the multimodalities. So yeah, mainly focus on the how we implement our foundation models into our real world case.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So I was thinking, were there any, we're in high school right now. Like our club is in high school right now. So we were wondering like, was there any like moments or anything specifically that like really sparked your interest in computer science? Or like, was it more like a progressive thing, like just like through the natural course of learning, or was there like, you experimenting with this certain topic that really sparked your interest for the field?
Yeah. I think for myself, I'm a little late. So I studying computer science in the from my undergraduate.
Hmm.
Yes, maybe the sophomores. So, yeah, in my freshman, I choose with computer engineering and computer engineering or the electrical engineering. In the second years, I transferred to the computer science, and I started to focus on like myself do some research is from subdomos, but I go level is from maybe on the juniors in the undergraduate.
Right.
So because I studied with a master's before, so I have 1 or two more years than other students because some of students will directly go to PhD program after graduate from the undergraduate, but I
Right.
do study 2 years master. So yeah, I also do 2 more years research in the AIs. Yes, and I think now if you ask me for personal suggestions, I think anytime is not late, so and
Right.
anytime is not early. So North Europe's, do you know the Europe's? Europe's is
The
the third,
conference?
yeah, the third
Yeah.
conference of the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So from this year's Europe's have a new track with a high school track.
Yeah.
So we think it's very ridiculous, but yeah, it is a good point. We the community of the all the AI community are encourage the high school student also can focus on artificial intelligence because yeah we think the foundation model is maybe in the next 5 or 10 years is a hot point in the even in the job market in our daily lives.
Right.
So now every major professor or research they all want to focus on some research about the foundation models. So yes, and I think yeah, so no time is too early or no time is too late. I
Right.
think yeah.
Right. No, that's definitely interesting. I think, yeah, you made a great point with the NeurIPS high school track. I think I'm not sure if many people from my group are submitting in that. I think there's definitely levels to like high school research and then master's research and PhD research. But I think that's definitely a great opportunity for people to get exposure into the field. Um, so then one of the questions that I did have, um, coming back to your PhD work was if you could just give us like a simple overview on your recent research. So I know you've done, we did some reading and I know you've done some research recently on I do see the link that you did post right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh
This link for
uh
high school's check. Yeah.
right, right. So I do know that you've done some research recently on like large transformer based models. So I was wondering if there's like any paper in specific that you'd like to, talk about just like the research process and just discuss the research in any of your papers recent.
Uh, I think for now foundation models, uh, I think before that maybe I want needed to like introduce like now from my advisors they think like for the foundation models they have like the three mainly thrust is for the like the hot point in the foundation model. The first is the foundation model add something. So foundation model add like the healthy law or some things, any nature science.
Right,
And the second one is for the X for the foundation models. So some series for foundation models, safety for foundation models, and anything. And I forget the third ones, but yeah, never mind. And my research now is mainly focused on this. I just to tell you the first two part, and one of my research areas, and I think is easiest to like enrolls for any levels of the students is the foundation models and safeties. So yeah, why this program is very important is because we have the foundation model. The foundation model is very powerful, but how could make this foundation model into our real life world with with people with trust and feel safeties? So if the foundation model will not leak their data and will not like respond to some like unethical response.
right. No like attacks on the model.
Yeah, so that's why it is a very newly questions. I think the research from this is from for foundation models, especially for the large language model, is a study from 2022 November after the ChatGPT come. Yeah, because ChatGPT is the first time brings like amazing influence on the large language models.
Right,
So yes, and then now my research is mainly focused. The first one research is mainly focused on the safety of the large language models about how use this prompt to to like prompt injections, which means like I give him a prompt which have one part of unethical text. And however, the large language model or this foundation model still will be response me, not refuse to respond. Also, with another one, a challenge is jailbreak. The jailbreak is the people give some unethical prompt ask uh ask people how ask a large language model give a plan of rob a bank and
right.
the foundation
Or
model
I
will
think I think recently there was one on like build a nuclear bomb or something, right? I think that was
yeah yeah
circulating
yeah
around for a little bit.
yeah so for example ask foundation models how to influence the president elections like
Right, right.
yeah so yeah, so this is a very easy problem because why this is very easy is because like the safeties is we can judge by the people, so like whether it's ethical or unethical. And for the evaluation method, even now they not have clearly and comparable benchmark, but they have like several can use the benchmarks to do. Also, so you can use the from ChatGPT or the GPT-4's APIs to do some classification, to do some evaluations. And also, so like the why the safety is also is very easy is because most do the privacy or the safety of these large language models. Scholars are from background of the safeties, so
Right.
they maybe don't have so much experience about the foundation models. So yeah, I think this is good questions. This is a good point for like for our research. And the second, I also do the foundation models research is the theory of the foundation models. But this is a very hard because like it need a very good mathematical background. And we are mainly focused on is a structure called the modern Hopfield network. So the modern Hopfield network is from the Hopfield network, and the Hopfield network is I remember is from like 1981 or a proposal by the Hopfields. So that's called the Hopfield network. And in the 2020s, Germany's universities, one of Germany university proposed a structure of the modern Hopfield network. So it approved like the recently we call the transformers based models. Also the which from the papers attention is all you need. So this is also another one papers I think I recommend is attention is all you need. Because all of the transformer based model is from like this paper. Attention is all you need. And so the modern Hopfield network is can I'm sorry, a transformer is a special case of the modern Hopfield networks. So the modern Hopfield network proves like a mathematical benchmark of the like the transformer based models. And also so we will because we have this modern Hopfield networks background, and we can change find some shortcoming of the attentions. For example, we recently published on the ICML papers, we find like the vanilla's transformer models have the low robustness when the model do the quantizations. And we propose a new method to change the softmax to softmax first. And in activation function and find the high quantized robustness. And we also do several research works on that because we have these structures, and we can implement these structures to any like using a very hard problem like a multimodality problem. So we submit several papers on NIPS and ICML workshop about about these structure architectures to the multimodalities problems. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, I think you guys cover a lot of research, from the mathematical aspect to that security aspect. I'm not sure, most high schoolers would understand the mathematical aspects of it. So I would, I want to revisit that idea of security in the AI, and the prompt injection, getting
yeah,
around the prompt injection. I was wondering, is there any like paper in mind that you recently have worked on that touches on this topic that you'd be interested in talking to us about?
yeah, yeah. I can share several papers to use from my, my papers also is like my peers papers. And this paper is attacked a jailbreak attack method called the GPT fathers. I think it is now one of the state of art jailbreak attack methods. Uh,
Sure.
it proposed
And this is some research that you worked on,
uh, this is my peers work done.
your
So
peer. Right, right,
yeah, yeah, and
right.
he's my cause. So
Yeah,
yes, and he's my cause of another two newspapers. So yeah, I can send the two of our newspapers to use.
sure.
For one is for the enhanced jailbreak attack, with the slide tokens. So it is a combination ideas about our like vanilla transformers problems with our jailbreak method. So I I I highly recommend to read this paper because I believe that this enhanced jailbreak attack with slide tokens prove a lot of. I think we are the first papers to show explainables, clear examples why the jailbreak will be habits in most some case. And
Right.
also another one is my top first authors papers. It is the defense methodologies. Yeah, it yeah, I think this paper is also a good case for a study research because the basic idea for this decouples alignment for robust plugin and plan adaptations paper is very easy. We do change some alignment models, some multi-layers perceptions parameters to some unaligned models, uh, aligned foundation models parameters and multi-layers perception parameters. So yeah, maybe I need to explain what is aligned or aligned. So alignment model it means now's foundation model. If we want to give the safeties, we will normally we use three methods. The first one is supervised fine tunings. So it is we I give you some labels with good and bad, and
Right.
then you do the fine tuning. Use the fine tuning method. And how you do the fine tuning method? It is a good question. Like you can do the parameter efficiency fine tunings or not. Yeah, and but they will do the supervised fine tunings. And the third way is RLHF. So we will do the reinforcement learnings and with the reward scores.
Right.
And so how this reward score will become is there will have a people's human will be evaluated and give a scores. And so then feedback to
Human feedback, right?
yeah, human feedback. So that's
Right.
called RLHF,
Mm.
reinforcement learning with a human feedback. So yeah, this is the second question. The second method. And the third method is DPO, directly performance optimization. It is, I think, it's now the more efficiency and the more best method for the aligned models. Now, but all of these three methods, they have a highly require with you need because you need training. So you need fine tuning. So that means you need powerful GPUs. But I know maybe you of use are very hard to access the powerful GPU such as A100s or the H100s. So also if you rent the A100, I think also it's very expensive. I believe the AWS is $10 per month, per hours. So yeah, it's very expensive. And So our method is only judge change the parameter of the model player's perception from like the alleged model to unalleged models. But even with this so naive ideas, how could we publish with the NIP styles papers? It is it is a good question. So first we should tell people good story about that. So it is a good story, interesting story. So yeah, so we will say, oh, our method is use knowledge distillations, and also propose a method to do the knowledge add memory editings and find the like where the memory suitable for like do the editings. We propose delta debuggings. But yeah, even with this so naive ideas, we still can like okay publish papers. So yeah, and the newspaper, I don't know result because the reviews the feedback will be from after will come with next week. But yeah, I think now a good papers component is you should have a good stories and to how the like this your problem is urgent and very useful. Your message methodology is very useful and powerful, and also you will have a solid experiment.
Right.
So yeah, I think our this paper we have several, maybe 4 or 5 pages of experiments from the 9 page of the total NIPS neurons paper. Oh, 8 pages. Wait. Oh yeah, I think it may be 8 pages of neurons paper. But because this is anyway, like yeah, but yeah, so that's why yeah, this is how to publish a paper on there. Yeah,
Right. Okay, yeah, that's fascinating. I think it's really interesting to learn about, all the experiments that you guys are doing, how to make a great paper and like just general like security and all these different like RLHF, DPO, all these different like tactics for security in these systems, in these language model systems. So I think that's
yeah.
definitely a really interesting insight on your research. And from our side, we did have a couple more questions regarding I think they're more open-ended questions if you'd be interested in talking about that.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. So, I do recall that you were interested in healthcare and finance, I think were the topics primarily.
yeah.
Right. So I think given your past work in like multimodality and your current focus is, how do you think like visual and language models will evolve to work together? Like I'm gonna ask more about like a healthcare application. I know you didn't really touch on it specifically, but just generally, like vision and language models are two really big things right now. And how do you think that they'll work together to cooperate when we're talking about healthcare, right? Applications in healthcare.
Mm, here's a good question. Let me think. So, like I think first you say like for the visions. So now the most of the research are mainly focused on like because now the vision is the most powerful models is the diffusion models, and the large language model is like for the transformer based. So like first they both can be like separately focus on their have good performance on their separate task. For
Right.
example, as like uh for example that like a task you can the doctor write a note like we do some research about the health LLM. So like if like the you input your EHRs, which called electricity health record. It normally is focused on with include with text and image. So yeah, text and visuals. So like for the text, you can put in the foundation models, large language models, then he can help you answer some questions. And visuals, I think they have several works focused on. The first one is OCRs. Like if like some old like health record, which is a human right, and you can recognize like that. And the second one is your X-ray or the CT image or any images to do some like recognition or do some classification problems. Yes, and now so I think if you want to ask like, but they both work is separately is good, but how like but now as I we know like now most of the models we propose is like multi-modalities, not
Right.
like works separately. So it's like I if for my ideas, I will more prefer with one of like the ideas of the papers which do the multimodalities. It is, I think, it's a very good point or good study of like multimodality is like this paper, it called the time LLM. It is this year's like ICLEOS papers, which is also another highest rank of the machine learning conference. So it proposed any multimodalities problem can be transferred to large language models prediction problem. Yeah, because now we think like for the general ideas like the larger text foundation model is the most powerful now. So and yes, we like even with Llama 2 or yesterday's, I think the Meta released the like Llama 3.1. It have 450 billions. It is I not test that, but I think it is very good on the multimodalities. And but with these powerful like text models, they will use it will frozen it. And any multimodalities data, it will go with it called user methodology will call uh, prompt reprogramming. So yeah, I sent this paper on the chat. So maybe if you have interesting, you can take a look at how the author does like front-end reprogrammings. So it will change any like he change like a time series data to the like text styles prompt and put this text style prompt with original text into the like existing powerful large language models and to do some predictions. Yeah, and I think this is a good start point from the
Right.
multimodality because the multimodalities mainly issue is like different modalities data. They have different data representations and they couldn't combine them together with easily. So like this time LLM uses like prompt reprogramming like yeah the method to transfer all of the modalities data different modality data to a text modality and focus on the powerful large language models to through this problem. And I think yeah this is a good start point for the
Right.
multi-modalities. Yeah.
Right. So I definitely appreciate that. That's a, starting point is great to work your way into that. Like you're saying, vision models are very powerful and all the different data that you need. So definitely a great starting point. So then, you've answered a lot of the questions that we've had. So I just have one more question for you, right? One more question. Um, just to wrap it up here, I was wondering, from the position that you're in, right? You did your bachelor's, now your master's, and PhD at Northwestern CS, right? I was wondering, you know, what advice would you give to like aspiring high school students interested pursuing like a career in artificial intelligence? That whether that be academia, well, I know you're more familiar with academia. What advice would you give to students like interested?
Mm, That's a good question. So, like, mm, for most of my advisors, we are like find our research direction by ourselves. But I think your advisors will give you is like the high level ideas, especially on the PhDs. But I think because you are high schools, so maybe like at first maybe you can like maybe cooperate with some PhD student. They will give you like taught you how to like okay write the Pythons. Familiar with some like AI's programming language such as the PyTorch or the TensorFlows. I think TensorFlows is already like a pathways, but some JAX, I think Google JAX is also a popular language. And then like also you can follow with some like maybe the PhD students, and they will like tell you like yeah like what is how to write a paper. A conference paper is a good conference paper, how to talk stories, and how to do the experiments with more solid. Like for example, I taught with parameter efficiency fine tunings.
Right.
Like maybe you need to compare with several like parameter efficiency fine tunings. Like maybe parameter efficiency is so wider like topic, but we small it like low rank adaptations. So you do need to do some experiments on the LoRa, QLoRa's, or log Q as benchmarks. Also, maybe if you have several components in your models, like all your method, maybe you need to remove some component to do ablation studies. And yeah, so your maybe PhD students, yeah, will taught you, or you can see some like top tier conference papers such as ICML, iClear, and NIPS, like which style of they do the experiments and how they do write their abstract introductions and the related works. Yes, and when you read these papers, you will find most of the people like do is like these styles, and you maybe will give up some ideas about yeah how you can propose novels ideas about our methodologies for uh like the papers. Yeah.
Right. Right. No, that's definitely interesting. I think, taking in inputs from PhD sources near you and taking in inputs from all the conference papers, definitely putting that together is a great place to work from and get yourself with exposure into the field and, work into it for sure. So I think that's all the questions that we had. So I just wanted to say thank you,
Yeah.
Robin. Thank
Yeah.
you for all your time today. I really appreciate I really appreciate you coming to meet with us. All your insights on all your research from security to the mathematical aspect, like the hot field layers. It's been very good insight for us. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Right. Okay, bye.
Right. Bye bye.